Hi, I'm Anthony from learningtoplaytheguitar.net. In this video we're going to learn how to play the F major chord. The F chord introduces a thing called the half bar, which is where we use one finger to squash down two strings. A full bar is where we have the finger squashing down six strings, if you like, in this case. But in this case we're only going to use our first finger here to play F, only squashes down these two strings. Then we're going to add our second and our third finger like so, and this is a four-string chord called F major. So this chord's a little bit more difficult than some of the other chords we've looked at so far. It's like a more difficult version of the C chord shape, which was that sort of thing there. If I lean forward, you should see that a bit better. So that would be, say, C. In this case with F, we drop these two fingers down here, and then we've also got to add this bar in, which is actually quite difficult to get. So one of the tips to this is to start off, when you're making this chord shape, is to build it up one finger at a time. And also I recommend for people starting out to have the thumb behind the neck, as we do here, again pointing upwards, avoiding the sideways thumb thing. So we've got a good balance. So you're in it with this sort of pinching type action with the guitar neck in between your first finger and your thumb, if you like. So first finger here, squashing down the first two strings, get it nice and straight. Try and avoid twisting it too sideways, otherwise you'll get clunks and weird things like that. So nice and straight. If you can get that going, that's step one. So I like to build this chord up one finger at a time. So the challenge here is to then add your second finger onto the second fret of the third string, like so. And the trick here is you want to make sure that this first finger here remains flat while this second finger has a curve in it. So make like a little tunnel sort of there as I'm going sideways. Hopefully you can see that there. And that's the idea of having clarity, so this finger doesn't roll over and block the second string here as I bring my pick across. That stays upright. And so also the trick is when we curve this finger is that this first finger doesn't lift off too much off the first string, which a lot of people do when they're starting out, and then we end up with the first string now clunking out on us as we go. So the trick is having a flat finger and a curved finger. So this is the most difficult part to get working, but once you get that going, then add your third finger into the mix there, diagonally across on the third fret of the fourth string. And again, this finger's got to be curved as well here. This third finger's got to be nicely curved over, making that little tunnel shape to a flat first finger, squashing down two strings behind it while these two are bent over. So it does take a bit of work, a lot more pressure required to make this work than in even just a regular C chord, which is a very similar looking shape, but to jump down to F, to keep that really squashed, it's a bit more difficult. And so I recommend with the thumb behind the neck. As you get more comfortable with that, you'll develop more hand strength, and you can bring the hand behind like this and have the thumb above. That's okay as well. You'll see quite a few people doing that. But I think for beginners it's good to have that thumb behind. Helps to keep these second and third finger upright. Try and make 10 F chords a day, so you'll sort of put your fingers on and adjust, and right, oh, there's one, and that's one chord, and then do that again, and do that 10 times a day until you do that for like a week or two, and your F chord will become as nice and smooth as, say, your D chord or your E or your A chord might be as well.